Hi, I'm Roger Bicknell from the Online Mentoring Centre, and you found me because you've typed, what qualifications do I need to be in the Army? Now, I think the best place is I'll share my screen because this will show you most readily how to go about the research that you need to do. And I've typed in the phrase you typed in that found me, and it's brought up here. Now, if you're in the US, it'll bring up the US Army website, Australia, the Australian, and so on. So, and basically the same rules will apply, but the nitty-gritty here is for the British site. And here we have the British Army website. We're not interested in this stage of actually joining because we need to do some research before we get there. So we'll look under there and you can see we've immediately got reserves, soldier or officer. Well, let's come down here above the yellow bar, start your application. There's a little window saying role finder. Click on that and it brings you up to a new page. Now, when you go to join the Army, they're going to ask you what you want to do in the Army. And when you actually get to signing a piece of paper, they're going to want you to put 3 choices down. So you need to do some research because I'm putting in the phrase you just typed in. And here we are, 177 results of different careers in the Army. Aviation ground crew, reserve, aviation ground crew specialist, that'll be a regular. Infrastructure engineer. There are 15 pages of this. You've got plenty of choice, but basically let's just take operating theatre practitioner. There with the Royal Army Medical Corps, and you go down to the bottom of the area and it'll have about you. Now in this case they'll accept male or female. It gives you the age range for joining the regular army and the age range for joining the reserve. That is the first hurdle to cross. You've got to be within those things. On the right here, it tells you if you need GCSEs, what grades, and so on. And this varies on all of these different things. And then down here, what you should be interested in, helping people, office work, technology, decision-making and responsibility, paramedic, nursing, clerical admin work. Those are the things you're going to get out of this. Now, as you saw at the top there are 177 different ones of these. As I say, what I would recommend you do is you sit down and you go through these. Some of them you will discount fairly quickly, I am sure. Because if I come back up to the role finder again, and I need to put the phrase in, there are some pharmacists, for instance, they'll already have a degree in pharmacy, I would think, or getting on. So there'd be some with quite strict or very specialized areas. But on top of that, and they don't mention it there, you're going to have to be physically fit to go through the training. So you need to get yourself up to standard. And I would think you will find where they make recommendation, but I would think you should be looking at doing 3-mile run every day of the week for 2-3 weeks. And if you can do that, you will be getting into a position where you might be able to do this. And on occasions, perhaps you should be looking at carrying, say, 20 kilos on your back for the last week. So you are fairly fit when you get to the system. Now, some 50 years ago, I was making the decision whether to join the army or go to university. And my father had joined the army when he was 14, and he was still serving as a major then, as a garrison engineer. And his advice to me on looking at the choice of the two careers was, well, if you take the army, you're going to have a great life, but it's not going to make you rich or wealthy. You're not going to come out of it as a Richard Branson or Donald Trump. But you will do things that you'd never get an opportunity to do in Civistry. You will test yourself. You'll go through periods of risk and things. So that is an area you've got to think about. How much are you willing to give for your Queen and country, in fact? Now, on the side, one of the advantages of joining in this modern age is the fact that we now have internet. And I didn't do the full 34 years because the Iron Curtain came down and our services weren't needed. And I have been supplementing my pension with an online business, the onlinementoringcenter.com. And if you'd like to find out more about how I get commission from companies like Apple and things, and you could get the same, Apple, Walmart, Staples, just press the button below. And in fact, I can show you very quickly here. Let me just share my screen again, and we'll go up for this one. Share, and in fact, I'll bring up that. Here's a bit of information. You've probably gathered a bit of that. But I spend my time teaching people how to leverage themselves to create freedom and lifestyle. And as I say, I've got a few slots to teach people how to earn commission when people shop at Apple, Best Buy, Walmart, Staples, and in fact over 4,000 other shops. And there's some good money to be made. And if you click the button below, you'll see something like this, a page similar. And you just put your first name in, your email, and click here, and you will get the information. It may be you don't wish to make anything on the side in your free time. Well, that's fine by me, but you've got the information there to make a decision. I hope that's been of use to you, and I look forward to hearing from you if you decide to join me. All the best. Bye.